Are we going?
Well, yeah, I guess we're going.
All right. Well, we are here.
Yeah, welcome back to the Ryan Nicholas Hour, everybody. Very lame intro, but that's the way it is.
Well, I don't know where the intro was. I don't know where it actually started and ended.
That's just something I figure out later. But where are we?
I don't know if we're in Sparks or Reno.
I think we're in Reno.
Reno.
Because Sparks is more north.
Off the 80.
East. Northeast, yeah, off the 80.
Okay. Well, we're in Reno.
We're in the hotel lobby because that's just the way of the road.
Yeah. We're going to film this wherever we can, right?
Yeah, because we got to be up on Friday, and it's just the way of the road.
Do our deal.
Yeah.
People are going to walk in and we're going to be like,
what are you doing? And
What's
then they're going to
going
be like, what the fuck are
is
they
that?
doing?
what the hell are they doing?
Right.
Fucking retard. Yeah, I don't know. I don't care.
I don't either.
New life, new venture.
Yeah. So we're in Reno for work. I just got off a 9-hour shift, and the
Yep.
day before that was 12 hours. But on the way up to Reno, we lost some of our...
You lost some signs. You should post a picture. So, like, right now.
Boom. There it is.
Yeah, somewhere on the screen you'll see a picture of the signs he lost off the back of the truck.
On the side of the road. I'll get those from Eric.
I have them.
Oh, cool. So we lost those, which meant that he had to remake them and then drive up to Reno.
This morning.
So he left at... What time did you leave?
Same time your mom did.
So 7, 8?
Yeah.
7 to 8. Got here around 2 or 3.
Well, I went to the shop and made them.
Yeah.
I cut them and printed them last night, and then I had to go to the shop and actually apply them and put the cutouts on.
Dude, you had a long day.
And then drove out here. Well, 6-hour drive.
6-hour drive. That's how
probably
it was.
7 because I stopped for gas and...
McDonald's. What'd you get from McDonald's?
Gross. Chicken nuggets.
Oh, the best. But not a happy
You
meal.
know what? I got 20 chicken nuggets, and it was like $5.47.
Yeah, the nuggets are kind of cheap.
Yeah.
And their drinks are like $1.49. McDonald's kind of doing it right.
I didn't get a soda. I just got chicken nuggets. I got 20-piece chicken nuggets with 4 barbecue sauce, and I'll tell you what, I ate all 20 of them in about 5 minutes, and about an hour later, my stomach hurt.
That's how I feel most of the time. So you left at probably 8, got here around 2 or 3, and then we went and just kind of finished up the rest of the signs.
I was just curious how loud you were.
Am I loud?
I don't know. How loud am I?
I don't think we're loud at all.
No.
We're much louder in the headphones.
Well, I just want to make sure I can hear myself.
Yeah.
So.
Got here around 2 or 3, and then we finished up signage at...
I think it was about 3:30.
Yeah. Finished up signage at Palomino, and then we went to Spring Villa, then we went to Eastland Hills, and then we got back around 5, and then we went to dinner at Texas Roadhouse. They didn't ID me.
Awesome. Yeah, Texas Roadhouse. That was the first time we went to dinner together, and we were both able to get a beer.
Yeah, it was really cool.
2 beers.
New waitress. She did a fantastic job.
Awesome job.
Amazing. Highly recommend it.
Texas Roadhouse, the steaks were really, really good tonight.
They were like nice, wet, juicy, still kind of bloody.
Bone-in ribeyes smothered in mushrooms and onions.
20-ounce ribeyes.
Mm-hmm. They were so good.
Yeah.
I got veggies and a Caesar salad, so I went healthy.
Yeah, and then a couple of beers and came back and figured, why not set up the podcast
They were
in the
singing
lobby?
and dancing.
They were.
Twice.
Insert that clip here.
Yeah. That was a good experience. That was fun. It was crowded.
It was packed for a Wednesday night.
It was really crowded. We only got there like at 6.
Yeah, it was.
Right at
it was
dinner.
early and in the middle of the week, and it was insanely packed.
Yeah. Cheap too.
Not too expensive. I thought it was gonna be much more. Like when you asked me, like, "Oh, what's the price?" I think I started at like $112, and it ended up being like
$98.
99.
98.
Yeah.
89. 98, 89. Which is actually really inexpensive for 2 ribeyes.
And
20-ounce ribeye, bone-in ribeyes.
And 4 beers.
4
4 large beers.
4 large beers. That was a good deal.
Yeah, not bad at all. Then we hit the gas station, came back, set this up, and now we're here.
Here we are. So, you know what? Mom told me something kind of interesting that I don't know how I should react. And she said that she asked Sienna if she watches our podcast.
What did Sienna say?
She said no, because Dad talks about gambling too much.
So no more talking about gambling?
When was the last time we talked about gambling?
Yesterday's episode.
How about what?
I don't know. I didn't really pay too much attention. When you talk about gambling, I kind of zone out.
But what did we talk about?
Yesterday's episode, we talked about the podcast in the desert. Then we talked about David Dobrik for a bit.
You mean Wednesday's episode?
Yeah, which is, I guess, today's episode because it went up today.
Yeah, I mean, we're doing Friday's episode right now. I don't get, so we're posting every Monday, Wednesday, Friday.
Correct.
But the day we post isn't the day we record.
Well, yeah, because it takes time to edit and it takes time to upload. Like yesterday, I started uploading Wednesday's video on Tuesday with the hotel Wi-Fi. Started at like 10 o'clock and it went up at like 5 in the morning.
It was just interesting. It's funny how like you have to plan according to what you got going on in life to be able to hit your goals of Monday, Wednesday, Friday.
Right. Like I'm in Reno right now, but I'm trying to keep it consistent, which meant that we had to record 2 episodes.
Well, you were supposed to come home tomorrow, and we were going to record tomorrow night for Friday. But since I had to come up here, and I knew I was going to drive home, I brought all the stuff with me.
Yeah, which I'm so proud you did, because I seriously was going to text you and be like, hey, Dad, you should bring the podcast equipment.
I don't need to be asked. I already know. I just know.
What a guy.
I know what I need to do to get through life.
Superior.
I'm not stupid. I am stupid, but I'm not stupid.
You're pretty stupid.
So anyways, I don't know if Sienna's not going to watch the podcast because I talk about gambling, which I don't feel like I talk about that much. But
I think you do. I don't think there's probably not an episode where you haven't talked about gambling.
I guess I gotta watch them.
Yeah, maybe you should start watching them.
Well, maybe your mom needs to stop going to the casino.
You think that's what it is?
I don't know.
Is it mom gambling? Look at us talking about gambling. Is it mom gambling or you gambling more now?
Mom.
It's all mom.
For sure. Not all mom. I'm not going to say all mom, but for sure mom.
Okay.
Because we go and we go out to dinner and she's like, well, aren't we going to go to Saddle West or whatever? I'm like, if you want to. And I just watch her gamble now.
Yeah. Why are you playing with your little microphone thing?
Because I'm just like smashing it down like this. So I think I like this better looking.
I think it looks better.
Chrome.
I wonder if it sounds better. Which, by the way, I'm so upset. When we recorded in the middle of the desert, your knob was too high, so you sound horrible.
I told your mom that. I'm like, it sounds like I'm like screaming and like.
Yeah. So you know what's
like
crazy?
Redlining.
You see this white line?
Mm-hmm.
It was turned about halfway up.
Yeah.
Which made you sound horrible.
Because every time I talked, it was like yeah.
Yeah. No, you just had like a very gainy voice.
Which that just goes to show how unexperienced you are.
I wouldn't say I'm very inexperienced. I'm inexperienced, but I'm
unexperienced. Okay, so enough talk about gambling.
Enough talk about work.
Mom doesn't want us to talk about work.
Right.
Sienna doesn't want us to talk about gambling.
So
I guess what McKenna's going to say.
She doesn't want us to talk about us. What is McKenna going to say?
I don't know. She hasn't critiqued it yet.
I don't think she even knows about it.
Yeah, she does.
No way.
Yeah. Absolutely.
We should text her.
No, because she even said, she's like, I saw the pod. I asked something to her. I was like, do you know about this, that, and the other? She's like, yeah, you guys talked about it on the podcast.
Oh.
So she watches it.
Interesting.
So, gotta find new topics.
Yeah, no, which is so annoying because I hate talking about new topics.
Well, here's a topic that we could talk about.
Oh.
That's interesting. What?
I don't know. You started smiling and it made me laugh.
Well, because I got to get around I gotta bounce around the topic of gambling. Because I don't know. So, something came. I was watching something today on a podcast.
Okay.
On the drive out here, and it kind of like made sense to me. Like this guy was talking about, like he's an entrepreneur and he doesn't like to work for people and he makes money, like his own money, and just loses money, makes money, loses money, makes money. So, like, how'd you get that type of how'd you become like that?
That type of businessman kind of thing.
Well, mentality, like what your mentality? How did you become the type of person who you are? Like, what do you think shaped you into that type of person, the entrepreneurship type person? And he was like, he said his mom, and not by training him or anything. She was just the no person. Mm-hmm. She was always like, no. Like, I want to go to someone's house. No. I want to get this. No. Always said no. So he always had to come up with a new sales tactic kind of in a way to kind of like get his parents.
Kind of persuade them in a way to make
say yes.
Be like, oh, dude, your friend wants to stay the night? Yeah, that's cool.
And it's like, I think I was like, you know what? My mom always told me no. No, Michael. No. You can't have this. You can't do that.
Because you're a troubled kid.
She was always no. Always. And it was like, I never gave up. Yeah. I never gave up.
Look at you, so consistent.
Oh, I would just.
You're still like that.
Ask my mom. She'll tell you what a pain in the ass I was.
She might be watching this. I sent her the link today. Hi, Grandma.
Yeah, hi, Mom. But you know, her like always like. I don't want to say taking away the fun, but in a sense, taking away the fun by always saying no. I had to figure out a way to get her to say yes, but make it like it was her idea. To make it okay, like.
So how would you manipulate that? So say you wanted your friend to be able to stay the night.
Here's an example.
How would you go about that?
Well, not even to stay the night. So here's an example. I don't know. I don't know, because there was times where I would like go tell her, like I would want to borrow her car to go to the river, and she'd be like, "No, you're not taking my car to the river. My minivan." Like, come on, please. I don't know. And it would take me like a good 5 or 6 days, but you know what? By the weekend, I was driving her car to the river.
So how'd you
with all my friends. I don't know.
You just did it. You were so young, and it was
she'd
so
call
long
me a
ago,
manipulator. I was a manipulator.
You're still a manipulator.
I guess if you want to be a good salesperson, you got to be manipulated. I manipulate people in a good way, though. I manipulated your mom into marrying me.
I don't think you would manipulate someone into doing something that you know is bad.
It's debatable.
Explain. Elaborate.
Manipulate. I mean, I've found myself in plenty of situations where I'm like wondering how I got in that situation.
I'm still confused.
Being chased by a helicopter.
Yeah.
A police helicopter.
How did you manage? You were just a dumb.
Yeah.
How old were you during that, by the way?
We lived on Skippers.
So 30?
No.
No? Younger?
I don't know. Skippers.
Probably 32.
How old were
33.
you? You had the bedroom.
12.
You had the bedroom in the loft.
Storm Elite.
So how old were you?
12.
12?
Yeah.
So I don't know.
So 30, 32.
32.
So back to this whole topic of mothers being the no person and the yes person. I feel like for me, I've always been told yes. Yeah, go do that. So I wonder if I would be.
That's why you're so good at doing what I tell you.
Dude, today when we were on the job site and you started being like, no, do this, let me do it, and everything was your way, I got so pissed. I didn't even want to talk to you anymore. I didn't want to hear you, and you were like, do you want me to do it? I'm like, no, fuck off.
Are you talking about the monument?
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm talking about.
Well, dude, because you went in and started taking this thing apart like you knew what you were doing.
Well, because
and you took a bunch of shit apart you didn't need to.
Well, because me and Eric went there earlier in the day, and he was like, this is what we need to do to be able to get this done. And so I started doing what I was told to do.
Which was completely wrong.
Well, either way, it's up, and I was wrong.
Okay, so I was right.
You were right. I guess, yeah.
We ended up working harder because we had to put together what you took apart.
Which was so annoying.
Right?
And then when I was trying to, drill, the self-tapping screw bit was dead, so I had to grab a drill bit to drill a hole.
No, you just weren't pushing hard enough.
No, it was sliding and dancing all over the place, so I just wanted to start a hole. Anyway, we're not allowed to talk about work.
Yeah, you better change the subject because you're going to lose this one, buddy. There ain't no winning this topic with me.
There's no winning anything with you. You, even though I hate it, you're somehow always right.
I have to be.
You don't have to be. You could be wrong sometimes. I think
when I'm wrong, I admit it.
You're wrong you're right 95% of the time.
I don't know if I'm right or wrong, but
it works.
It goes back to when we were talking about perception and how you perceive things.
Right.
I'm always right in my mind because it's how I view it. It's my perception.
See, and I'm not always right in my mind. Today, I know I was definitely wrong, but I was just so annoyed, and you kept pissing me off that I just kept going down this tunnel of wrong. You know? And it was frustrating.
What do you keep looking at?
I don't know.
You keep looking over there there's someone over there.
Well, because I feel like I keep seeing people walking by. Maybe it's that sign in the window over there. You see that person walking right there, that stick man?
No, I don't see anything.
It's because your perception is different.
Well,
the glare of that window is different for you.
So 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. is breakfast. Are we waiting for breakfast before we leave?
Fuck no, we're going home. We're waking up at 3 in the morning tomorrow, and we're going home.
Easy for you to say, not easy for you to do.
Correct, but I'm going to do it. Might not be easy, but I'll get it done.
Well, if we leave here at 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9,
9.
get home at 9. It's a good time.
Yeah, I think so too. Because it's like bright and early, not too early.
But 3 is early.
3 is so early. I can't believe we're 6 hours away from home right now. Reno is so much more north than I thought it was.
Reno's
from anything.
It's far.
Like, we're above San Francisco, which I never thought I would ever be. And you know what?
When you drive the Reno, it's like 80 miles an hour for 6 hours.
And it's all the same. There's nothing different when you're driving through that desert.
Like when you go to California? Like, you go through Baker and Dumont.
And Victorville and Barstow.
But you have these areas where you actually slow down. You're not going like 80 the whole time.
Yeah.
Like you get the Baker slow down on the freeway. It seems like
you got to go like 65, 70.
It seems like when you drive here, you're going fast the whole way because there's nothing.
There's no brakes.
Except for trucks. You get stuck behind a truck.
And then you can't get over because there's curves and you don't trust yourself to actually go around. Yeah.
Yeah. You know what? Normally when I drive like that, I go pretty quick and I get around trucks. But this
Eric
time
was pretty good at it.
This time I was like, I set the cruise control at 70.
You left in the middle of the day, so I mean, I feel like there was a lot of cars and you were cruise control the whole time.
And well, because I didn't feel like passing people, so I set the cruise control, and I was going slower than most everybody.
So people would be passing you.
So I never, normally I set the cruise control at 85, 80, 85, and I'm constantly having to go around, turn it off, turn it back on, go around, turn it off, turn it back on, go around. But when you set it at 70, it's like everybody's going around you, and you don't even have to touch it. You just drive.
How was your gas efficiency? Because, usually when you're cruising across the desert at, 80 or 90, your gas drains pretty quick. But, how was cruise control 70 for, I don't know how many miles away?
I filled up in Vegas.
And you go all the way here on one tank?
No. I filled up in Vegas, drove home, and then left this morning. Because I drove home yesterday from Vegas, and I drove up this morning. I drove up to Reno, and I got gas in Tonopah. I stopped in Tonopah and got gas. I didn't have to.
We stopped in Tonopah and got gas.
I had a half a tank, but I was like, I just filled up just because I didn't feel like stopping again.
How many miles is it from Pahrump to here?
It's like 360.
Did you look?
I don't know. That was my guess.
360? That sounds about right.
How far is it?
I don't know. I'm about to find out. From Reno. 395. So 400 miles.
35 miles off.
Yeah.
It's not bad.
So you had to fill up once. You had to fill up once.
I remember from Canyon Lake to Pahrump was 266 miles.
Yeah. And that's not a bad drive at all. Kind of goes quick.
3.5, 4 hours.
You can make it in 3. Made it in 3 once. Before the road.
6 hours is a long drive.
It's horrible. I mean, granted, I didn't really have to do it. I have to do half of it again tomorrow, but it's whatever. It's no different than driving from here to
What do you mean you only got to do half?
Well, you said you're going to drive the first half.
If we went home tonight.
Oh. You're telling me I have to drive the whole thing?
Yeah.
Ugh. I hope we wake up tomorrow and you change your mind. I hope you have a change of heart.
If we're leaving at 3 in the morning, I'm going to bed.
In the car?
Yeah.
You trust me like that?
I mean, if you kill me, you kill me. I'm right with God.
Go to bed with sleep. Go to bed in your sleep. Go to heaven in your sleep.
Yeah, I guess. At least
you die in your sleep.
At least I think I'm right with God. Maybe I should make sure before I go to bed.
I would love to say I'm right with God, but I truthfully don't think I am because I'm not where I need to be in life yet.
I mean, well, hold on. You don't have to be where you need to be in life to be right with God.
I don't think I've done anything wrong to where I belong in hell, but I don't think I'm that perfect person that belongs in heaven.
Well, I mean, you're on that course. Yeah, you are.
No.
You're working towards it.
I agree, but I don't think I'm there yet. So if I were to die tomorrow, I don't know where I'd go.
Well, I mean,
Like if I wake up, like if I don't wake up tomorrow, I don't know where I'd go.
You'll heaven.
But would I?
I don't know. Are you saved?
I was baptized like 4 years ago, but I've committed a lot of sins since then.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean,
everyone does.
Everyone does. You're forgiven for your sins as long as you're saved.
I mean, I don't pray. I don't talk to God. I don't have a relationship with Him.
That's a topic that's like, I think that comes in time.
Do you have a good relationship with God?
I don't know.
Like, do you pray?
In my head.
Like when you're sitting
like
there.
I don't pray out loud in front of people.
Right. Dude, when we were at the stock meeting and that guy Charles was praying.
That was deep.
Woo,
yeah.
That was powerful.
Some people are good like that, though.
Some people are amazing like that.
My fear, which shouldn't be a fear about praying, is mumbling and going off on like a banther, like just going way out in left field where people are like, what the hell
what is
this
man
guy
talking about?
Where is he going with this?
Yeah. I will say.
Can someone stop him?
I will say Charles was like very on topic. He would get off topic a little bit, but then he'd bring it back, and that off topic made so much sense.
You obviously paid attention because I don't remember his name. I remember his prayer though.
Charles.
It was passionate.
Very passionate. I don't know what it was, but I remember being in there like, hands kind of interlocked, looking down, eyes closed, and I just remember thinking like, wow.
Here's my thing.
This man is praying.
I might not go to church every Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
And I may not read the Bible, which I probably should. But I know that my heart's in the right place to where I want to start working on helping people do better in life, regardless of where they're at in life.
I would say that's exactly where I am. I think I definitely need to help myself first, though.
No,
that's very much priority number one right now.
Well, yeah, I'm working on myself, trying to figure out how to help other people.
No, I'm not thinking about other people right now. I am, but like
Don't be selfish.
4 to 6 years down the road, kind of thing.
It could be right now.
I mean, but it
can't.
Right.
Yeah, it can.
No, because I need to help myself first. I need to put my own oxygen mask on
right
before
now.
I can put someone else's on.
It could be right now. Your mask is on.
My mask isn't on, though.
Yeah, it is.
I disagree.
No, it's on.
I'm not there yet.
Your mask is 100% on.
No.
It is.
My mask just dropped. I'm reaching for it.
Well, I'd say you got it on and the elastic's around your head and you're breathing.
Mm-hmm.
You know what you have to do.
Yeah, I won't disagree with that. I know what I need to do. I know what needs to get done.
And you're working towards that.
Yeah, but, I mean, I need to keep working towards it, and I can't help anyone else until I'm where I need to be.
Let me put it this way. The mask dropped, you put it on, and you're breathing. You're trying to figure out how to put someone else's on.
It's a good way of putting it.
Maybe. I just thought of that on the fly.
Because we're flying now. We seem to talk about a lot, like,
of
planes.
Nothing?
Like, yes, but, like, we talk a lot about, like, planes. I don't know why. Like, the last 4 podcasts, planes have been brought up.
Well, that's because one flew by.
Mm-hmm.
And remember I was trying to think of what that plane was called?
The Cessna thing?
I don't know what it was. It was experimental.
The orange one.
Yellow.
No, it was orange.
It was yellow.
Disagree. Roll the clip.
Zoom in on it. It's yellow.
It was orange.
It was yellow.
No, I was like, dude, that thing is orange. You're wrong. Continue.
It's 100% yellow.
You're wrong.
Okay, zoom in on it and post it right now.
I will. Boom. There it is.
All right,
you're wrong.
Yellow.
No, you're wrong.
What do I get if I'm right?
Nothing, because you're literally wrong.
Whatever.
Anyway, where were you going with that?
I was saying the only reason we talked about planes was because one flew by.
That's it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Why else? When else did we talk about planes?
Well, we talked about
an aeroplane.
We talked about Mom flying back from Georgia.
Okay, so she was on a plane.
Yeah.
So that brought that up.
And then we talked about like more planes and more planes. We talked about like flight time and travel, and I feel like we've talked a lot about planes, and we're still talking about planes. Welcome back.
Change it.
To what?
Not planes. So I'm trying to think of something to talk about.
I feel like I'm not very caught up with pop culture, which makes it hard to talk about. Like, I was listening to a podcast that my partner was playing on the way up here, and it was very pop culture-y. Like, they were talking about, like, G-Eazy and all these things kind of going on in the current world. But I don't want to be caught up in that because it doesn't relate to me. No, not at all. Like, what's important to me is what's in front of me.
I think that's like...
And that's all I want to talk about.
That's like watching the Kardashians.
Yeah, it's drama. It's it's very pop culture, which does not affect me in any sort of way.
It's toxic.
It's very toxic. It's social media.
Which is what we're trying to do.
But in a positive way. We're trying to use social media to make a
positive.
What's
positive about this?
I don't know. Maybe someone takes something out of this that's shapes them into having a better tomorrow.
How?
I don't know. Maybe I say something or you say something that just kind of hits them in a deeper level of, if I just woke up and did this or thought about the task at hand, it'd be perfect.
We need to have 2 extra mics.
I think so too. It would have been really cool to have those people that were talking to us.
They would have been on.
They would have been right here.
Mm-hmm. And have Eric come down. Eric would be on.
Eric would be on for sure.
Because
then Eric could talk about something and it'd be different.
Yeah, it'd be different.
We need guests. We need co-stars. We need people.
Well, yeah, because then people, I think
Eric doesn't want to talk about the stuff that we talk about. He wants to talk about something different that we could still talk about.
And then he's got people that he would say, "Hey, I was on this podcast. Check it out."
Kind of branch it out, influence.
It would help grow. So, like, if you look at like all these podcasters now, like Theo Vaughn and obviously Joe Rogan, but like all the comics are doing it, and then the coffee hour.
Podcasts have become a really big thing.
But if you have a following, so say like you're a podcaster and I'm a podcaster, and they're completely separate. Mm-hmm. And say like I have followers and you have followers, so let's get together, talk.
Nice.
Together. Uh-huh. And now my followers will maybe follow you, and yours will maybe follow me, and so on. So like as you grow and bring more talent on, I guess you
kind of your following interlocks.
Well, and then you get someone interesting that people want to actually hear about.
Is that what it is? We're not interesting enough?
Well, it's just you.
Do you think the guy at the front desk is like, please stop talking?
He probably can't even hear us, to be honest with you.
No?
I don't care. And if he does, I don't care.
I don't either.
Because, like, we could be sitting down here doing nothing. Like, we could be sitting here talking how we are now without all this stuff. And it's no different. Just how these people were right behind us.
Yeah. I didn't even think about that.
Like
people sitting here all the time.
People sitting here all the time and chit-chat. The only difference is we're capturing
everything.
Mm-hmm.
I was just about to talk about something.
Yeah, probably wasn't important if you can't remember it.
No, I'm going to be editing this, and then I'm totally going to think about it.
That happens.
Yeah. It's actually happened a lot because you interrupt me a lot, so I'll be editing, and I'll have, like, this thought in my head, and I'll be like, oh, I thought this, and then you cut me off, and it's like...
Did I interrupt you?
Not yet. But, like, the past 6 episodes, yes, you have.
Well, I think it's funny.
I think it's so annoying.
You know what's funny?
What?
How bad of a shot I was that day.
Oh, my God, you were horrible.
Well, my mind wasn't there.
I kicked your ass.
Your mom, I was watching that podcast with your mom, and she's like, you're just a horrible shot.
No, what's funny is...
I'm like, my brain wasn't there.
When
I was contemplating how to approach what happened.
The whole dollar bill thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's where my brain was.
It was funny.
How do I run with this?
When I was driving out here, editing that, putting the circles on the little actual dots.
Yeah, so great job by that.
Thank you. It took me probably about an hour to get all that done.
But that was cool.
I think so, too.
Yeah, you know what sucks?
What?
When I was shooting at the head.
That's exactly what I was about to talk about. When you were shitting at the head.
Your mom's all, where's your circles?
They went over.
I'm like, I'm not hitting the target. Shut up.
No, I was sitting there and I was like scanning for like 20, 30 minutes for your circles. And I'm like, did he even hit the thing? And that's when I just concluded, nope, you didn't.
Missed.
Yep. So then I just left it blank.
You know, another thing too I noticed is that I need to go on a diet or learn how to suck it in because I'm standing in.
I think there's a lot of things that I can improve my physical health with.
I mean, at least you don't look like you're pregnant.
I will one day.
I look like I'm pregnant.
I think if I keep going at the rate I'm going, I'll look like you when I'm older, which I don't want.
You know what? I mean, right now you're burning so much because you're working.
I think so too.
And the only reason I'm not like super duper fat is because I do work a lot. I'm very active throughout the day.
Yeah.
I'm very active.
I think we both are.
But I think there's more things I could do to get in the gym or just change the way I eat. Like today, like I really wanted to get like baked beans and mashed potatoes and baked potatoes. Like, I'm going to do salad and vegetables with my steak.
I think if I don't fix my diet by 22, I'll probably end up being fat. Which I don't want to be fat. I want to be kind of, not necessarily super in shape, but just kind of like toned.
I want to be able to
use my body in the way it's
breathe.
meant to be used. Breathe. Dude, I wake up every morning and my nose is clogged because I breathe cement and dirt and so much different stuff every day.
Well, just like when we went shooting, walking up that hill, man, I got to the top and I'm like, fuck, dude.
Oh, believe me, I know. I was editing it and I was just listening to you huff and puff.
I'm like, I hope this not going to be in the video because I was dying.
You were literally dying.
Yeah, it sounded like my Frenchie.
Frying pan face.
All right. So now what? What's on the schedule next?
I don't know. It's crazy because I was sitting in the car today and I was trying to think about what we could talk about, but I don't have anything to talk about because my life is not that special.
Well, the other problem too is we always film at night.
So the day's over.
I'm tired.
I'm not. I wouldn't say I'm tired, but I could go to bed.
Driving up here, there was a bunch of things I wanted to talk about. Like it's just like,
What were you thinking about?
How to not talk about gambling, because I want Sienna to watch the podcast, and if she's not going to watch it because I talk about gambling, I need
Sienna,
to stop.
please watch our podcast. I miss you, by the way.
I need to stop talking about that. And then I was thinking about how I became who I am.
Okay.
What makes me not want to work for a company and want to work for myself?
How'd that become?
I don't know. Like, why do I have a drive? Like, I would rather bust my ass and make nothing working for myself than have to work for someone else and be told what to do to be rich.
I think I'm still at the point in life where I need someone to tell me what to do.
No, yeah, but like
I'm very much show me what to do, give me the tools how to do it, I'll get it done. But I don't know how to do something if you just tell me this needs to get done. You know? Like, just give me the foundation of what needs to happen, and I can do it.
Anybody can do that.
I don't think anybody can do it. There's a lot of people in this world who are kind of useless. Hate to say it, but they are.
Well, there is a lot of deadbeats.
There's so many deadbeats. I mean, you walk around into a fast food restaurant and some lady's yelling at you because you hand her 98 cents. True story. Like, you hand her... So, me and Kenna, I picked up Kenna from school that one day when you were there, and I was like, hey, get out of here. I'm picking up Kenna.
Oh, yeah, okay.
So, we went to McDonald's after, and our meal ended up being like $10.90 something or something like that. Anyway, I grabbed a couple, like, coins, and I hand them to her, and I was like, I have $10 on Apple Cash, so I'm going to use the exact change for the leftover and then use the $10 on Apple Cash. So I hand her the coins, and she starts flipping out.
You shit my camera.
So sorry. And she starts like flipping out, like, this is why our line is so long. This guy just wants to use these coins and then his card. I don't know if she was new, if she doesn't know what she was doing, or if she was having a horrible day, but either way, she flipped out. And the person behind her was like...
I can relate.
I can't. I worked at a fast food restaurant before, and I've never had a problem with change.
What fast food restaurant?
Starbucks.
That's a restaurant?
I would say it's a fast food chain.
I would say it's a coffee shop.
I would say it's fast food.
There ain't no...
Anyway, I've dealt with people who have handed me change before, and it's not that hard to count a couple coins.
No, it's
and she
not.
starts flipping out, and the coworker behind her is like, don't be so rude in front of the customer. And she was like, I'm not being rude. And I was like, I don't know. I found that kind of rude. Like, loud. And she walks...
You said that?
Yeah. Dude, I was pissed. Like, you're not going to sit there and yell at me because I want to spend $10 on card and the change with actual coins. Like, that makes no sense.
That's funny.
So she walks away from the window, and the person apologizes. Anyway, I hand her the coins, and I pay the rest, which was not hard at all. It took literally 20 seconds, and I pull up to the next window. I got my food. Anyway, she's a deadbeat. Like, she can't handle 78 cents. Really?
Well,
how can you not know how to count coins?
I see it from a different point of view. Like, it drives me nuts when I go to a drive-through or grocery store, anywhere with your mom, and they're like, $10.98, and your mom's like, hold on, I got 98 cents. I'm like, just give her $1 and you'll get 2 pennies back.
No. But it was like one of those things where it was like I knew it was 98 cents, so I grabbed 98 cents. I had the 98 cents ready. I hand her the coins, and she got...
Quit hitting my camera.
I'm sorry, my jacket's too big. And I literally hand her the exact change, and she just doesn't want to count it. I don't know if it's her being lazy or not.
Honestly,
like,
if something costs like $5.03, if I have 3 cents in my pocket, I still just give them 6. And I take the change, and I go home, and I throw it in the glass jar. Because I like building up that glass jar. There was a time in my life, which I still am the same way, to where like I never pay with change. If I'm using cash, I use all cash, and my pocket's full of loose change when I get home, and I throw it in the freaking glass thing. Me and your mom did that before.
Yeah, we used to have like a
5-gallon water.
We
filled it all the way up, and it was probably like $2,800.
It's a good chunk of change. See, but I would
and
much
you
rather...
save it up over time.
Mm-hmm.
You don't you don't
spend it.
Mm-mm.
See, but I feel like for me...
And now Kenna goes and stakes it out of the stupid flour jar. And Mom's like, Kenna still... I cut you off, huh?
A little bit.
Go ahead.
I feel like I would much rather just like hand them the 3 cents and then get all paper back. Like, I don't hate coins, but I don't like having coins.
Well, I don't mind having coins. I like watching my jar grow.
I don't have a jar.
Get one.
I don't build a jar.
If you get a jar and you start putting coins in there and you get it like to a quarter full and you're like, all right, now I want to get this half. And throughout the day, you're like, yeah, I'm going to save that and put it in my jar.
Yeah. And then like 2-3 years later, you got like a jar full of coins and it's like $2,800. Yeah, that's what you do.
You get one of those 5-gallon things full of coin? Oh, man, that's a lot.
Yeah.
It'll pay for a cruise.
But it will also pay for your McDonald's when the lady doesn't want to count your change.
You know what? You shouldn't go to McDonald's.
I don't disagree. Fast food's really bad.
But
it's so convenient and easily accessible.
So you could just end that.
But I can't, because like if I'm out on a job site and I'm hungry, it's not like we're gonna sit there and go sit down somewhere and spend an hour getting food.
Yeah.
If I can just go to a Jack in the Box across the street, grab my food, eat it in 10 minutes, and be back on the job site.
But it hurts.
Not for me, because I'm still young.
When I was your age, I could eat quick. Jack in the Box all the time.
Yeah, and that's where I'm at.
I feel like if I eat fast food, I'm like done for the day.
That's what I was kind of talking about by like if I keep eating what I'm eating, by the time I'm 22, I'm gonna be messed up.
Mm-hmm.
Especially because I was born and raised on it. Like when you
Thanks.
No, but like when you were younger, you still kind of had like that, not necessarily home cooked meals, but everything wasn't so processed.
Well,
like I grew up on processed food. Yeah, like that's exactly what I'm saying. Like I grew up in the world of processed foods.
Yeah.
You didn't.
Yeah, I did.
Not really.
How not?
I mean,
I moved out when I was like 13, 14.
You were 13 when you moved out.
Let me see.
You were so young when you like explored the entire whole real world.
I think I lived over at Steve's house like at 15.
And Steve was your buddy?
Yeah.
High school buddy or middle school buddy or
elementary, middle school.
So
I never went to high school.
Grew up with this guy named Steve.
I went to high school for
Do I know Steve?
Freshman, no.
No. Is Steve still alive?
Probably. See,
we should get Steve on the pod.
So like he was like my elementary, middle school friend.
Would it be like me hanging out with Grant?
And then probably. And then Mom came into the picture and basically like took me away from Steve.
That's what women do. They take you away from
Well, the thing
friends.
is like I guess that's what you do. You find someone I'm not going to start a family with Steve.
Right.
But like he got I don't know, cuz like we grew up as young friends, and then I think what happened is he started drinking. He never drank. And one of my sister's friends, Mike Rodriguez.
My aunt?
Yeah.
Okay.
Got him to drink. I remember the day. We all went to Captain Jack's in Huntington Beach, for...
Still around?
I think it was my mom's birthday or something, yeah. So we went to Captain Jack's, and my sister and Mike Rodriguez and my mom and I was there and Sarah. And Mike Rodriguez got Steve Minkowski to drink. I shouldn't have said his last name. He could bleep that out.
I will.
Got him to drink Crown and Coke.
Okay.
And
so he got
that
wasted?
From like that first drink on, he gets blacked out drunk.
He's one of those people that don't know the line.
Well, I mean, I don't know the line, but he was like...
I know my line.
He likes getting blacked out drunk, and then he likes to fight.
He turned into mean, like angry drunk.
Mean, angry.
Yeah.
And then like he's got like 3 or 4 DUIs. He got
a drunk driver.
Yeah, he got in a real bad accident with Jeremy Castle. So he had a nice Chevy S10, and then he got really drunk with Jeremy Castle, and they were going back to Jeremy's apartment.
Don't worry, I'll bleep out his last name too. I'll bleep out.
Oh yeah,
Jeremy's
sorry
last
about
name too.
I don't know why I'm using everybody's
You're
names.
name dropping out here,
right? Yeah. Burp, burp, burp. So we'll just say Thurston. We'll call him Thurston. Well, that's what we call him. You know why I call him Thurston, right?
No.
Because all he did was drink when I met him. Like
Jeremy?
Yeah, Grampy, mom's dad.
Okay.
She would call him Thurston, because all he did was drink. Like he could drink a lot. Like they called my house the Corona house because he would come over and just drink, and all we drank was Coronas. And like, man, that boy's thirsty. Called him Thurston. And then Dave called Steve Too Tall. So Steve was Too Tall, Jeremy was Thurston, because we all hung out.
Yeah, it'd be like me with my boys and.
But then
bringing them over.
He just kept getting blacked out drunk. And mean, and he would start getting mean towards Sarah because, like, I used to work with him, and then, like, I didn't want to do drywall. You know, I started working at MSI doing the sign thing. So, kind of like abandoning it, not abandoning.
Kind of slowly escaping away, and so Steve got, like, not jealous.
No, totally jealous.
Yeah.
But angry. And angry at Sarah. Like, the last time we all hung out was in Canyon Lake on the Bronx Courthouse, and like he was throwing shit, throwing radios, and
was
like,
I born?
You were born because you were in the Reno house. You were babies, yeah. And it got bad, and your mom was just like, dude, he cannot come over here anymore.
So it's not even like it was like I wasn't born, and this was kind of like a young thing. You were already kind of committed to.
Oh, Sienna was born. Well, here's the thing, when we sold our house from Reno Valley, because he lived with me and mom. He lived in the house and
used to be roomies.
Yeah,
y'all were tight like that.
Yeah, he lived with us for a long time. And when we moved to Canyon Lake and bought the house, we're like, hey, you can't come with us because you're being born. It was a 3-bedroom house. Like, Sienna's got a room, you got a room, me and mom got a room,
and that's it.
Like, and he was just like, oh, great, so you guys are kicking me out? I was like, dude, like,
we're not kicking you out. We're moving out, and we're starting a family.
I'm like 24, 25 years old. Mom's 25 years old. I got a 2-year-old, a 3-year-old, and you're a newborn. Like, dude, I'm starting a family. Like, you got to start your family. Go find a wife. Go
kind of figure out life. Like, go explore. Go kind of start your thing.
So I was getting out of that. I was becoming an adult. And I had to get out of it.
Would you say I'm close to an adult, or am I still a child?
You?
Yeah. Where do you think I am on the scale of life?
What do you mean?
Like, you're born, and then you have, like...
You're a child.
I'm a child.
Yeah, you're a child.
I don't feel like a child, but I'm such a child.
When you can pay your own automobile insurance, then I'll go ahead and graduate you to an adult.
So that's it. That's all I need.
And your own cell phone bill.
So phone and car insurance, and I can be an adult.
That's the only 2 things I pay for you, right?
I mean, kind of
rent.
Kind of. I don't live in a house.
I did.
No, you do. Oh, wait. No, you did. But I'm paying you back.
Well, you haven't.
But I will. Just give me like 4 more months.
I mean, you're still in the nipple.
Yeah, no, I am. I think for a little bit there, I was kind of not necessarily off the nipple, but farther away from it.
Yeah, I mean, you moved out, you did your thing, and like, but it's like you didn't. I don't know.
I didn't take my opportunity. I didn't find a good job, career kind of way to branch off.
You can't live in Irvine, Newport, working at Starbucks part time.
No,
it doesn't work.
But I do enjoy having a full-time job.
I mean,
I love it.
It's rewarding.
It is.
Making your own money and paying your own bills is rewarding.
And getting paid to drive to Reno in Arizona and kind of explore and see a little bit. It's kind of cool.
Yeah. And it'll get better.
I think so too. I'm learning.
But then, like I said, like I was talking today, I mean, I really think that we need to take up we have an opportunity that we're missing.
I agree. And I think we should kind of start jumping on that.
Yeah. We have a 4,000 square foot building.
Starting with these billboards.
We have a printer.
We have a CNC.
A t-shirt printer.
A laminator.
Plotter.
A podcast.
Like, we have a lot.
And we just got done at a stock trading seminar. Speaking of, my stocks are now at $70 on my $500 fake investment.
So you're going to try and sell tomorrow morning?
Think so. I think when the market opens, I'm going to pull out because there wasn't a lot of volume today.
So you pull out and you made $200?
No, I pull out and I make $70.
70?
70.
That's a start.
Over 4 days.
I mean, it's a start.
I think so too, but it's also paper, so it's not.
But so here's the thing: you bought $500 worth.
Correct.
So you should have bought $500,000 worth.
Yeah, if I did that, I would have made $7,000.
Yeah, that's how you make money.
That's exactly where it's at. But you need to make money to. You need to have money to make money, which means I need to start just slowly kind of working up the ranks. But that also means I can't do paper trades. I need real trades. I need real money.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I was scouting today, kind of looking at the different options to what's looking good. I didn't find anything super promising. I found nothing, really. But that's okay, because at least I'm looking. I'm hunting.
Well, it's kind of a bear market right now.
It is. It's slowly going down.
But you can make money on a bear market.
I just need to learn contracts.
Learn
learn options,
yep.
Which I need to get back. I haven't really had time to dig into it because we've been so busy between the podcast and work.
Mm-hmm.
But once we get
and
back... And
breaking down.
And what?
Breaking down.
What's that mean?
Getting towed home from Lake Las Vegas to Pahrump.
Yeah, that doesn't help.
That sucked.
It really did. But
you know what the guy told me at the tire shop?
You went to the tire shop?
Yeah, I already got the tire replaced on the BMW.
That's right. Mom yelled at us for the trash.
Yeah.
Okay, so how'd that go? You went to the tire shop?
And I showed them, and they're like, yeah, it looks like since there was no air in the tire when it rolled, it probably split. And I'm like, well, yeah, why'd it do that? He's like, because there's no air in it. I'm like, it's a run flat. He's like, yeah, you could still drive. I'm like, it was making a noise. You hear? He's like, yeah, but you could have drove. I'm like, you're telling me on that tire I could have drove. He's like, 100%.
So we could have got home.
He's like, the tire, he's like, yeah, 30, 40 miles an hour. He's like, you're going to hear a noise. You're going to feel it in the steering wheel, but the tire won't come apart. It'll stay on the wheel. He's like, you could have drove home. I'm like, I don't know, man.
I don't know if I would have trusted it, though.
I would have liked to see you in the front seat, and I could have sat in the passenger seat, and you drove me home and see how that went. Because, like, when your tire is doing that, it's like if that thing could... Well, if it decides to come apart, now it's like you got a fender you got to replace.
You got a rim you got to replace. You got a bumper, possibly. You might have to pay for the car behind you.
Yeah.
You know?
So, whatever. We played it safe. But, luckily, the tire was only... I got it in August of last year.
Yeah, it wasn't too long ago since the last time we broke down in the Beamer.
But I didn't buy the road hazard certificate when I bought the tire, I guess.
Like insurance
I guess. It was like $60 for the road certificate.
Okay.
But he said since it was within a year, I could still buy it. So I was able to spend $60 to get a new $400 tire.
Dope. Makes that night a little bit better.
Well, it sucks that I even had to deal with it. Because then I had to go home, jack the car up, take the tire off, go to the tire shop. Like yesterday was a busy day. I had to go to the tire shop. I had to go to downtown Summerlin. Take that kiosk down. I had to go to Curtis Steel and get all the steel for the billboards.
You've seriously been nonstop since we've got back from that. Since before we left for the stock.
I had to make the freaking stupid sign that you guys lost on the road. I had to drive it out here.
Which I'll take blame for that.
So now we're doing this. We're recording this right now. We're gonna get up early and drive home. I gotta get 4 billboards shipped out Friday.
And we gotta build a lot tomorrow.
I only need 4 to ship out. Well, we're gonna weld all the frames.
I get to weld tomorrow? This is the first project I get to weld?
Well, what we're gonna do first is clean the garage.
Shop. You can do that. I'll be sleeping.
No.
Yeah.
We need to clean the side that the CNC's in.
We can do that. I'll help you with that.
Because we need to cut. We need
a lot. We need that space.
We need like 90.
We need room.
We need 98 4-foot pieces, 98 18-inch pieces. The plates. I know I'm tired.
I know, me too.
It's been a long day.
It has. We got 10 more minutes till an hour though, so we're almost there.
We don't have to go full hour.
I mean, so we have one episode on the channel.
That's probably like an hour and a half.
No, it's 52 minutes, and it bugs me because everything else is an hour. So we are no longer allowed to record anything less than an hour, regardless of the situation.
Well, guess what?
So even if we
You're
sit
on
here,
your own. Good night.
Oh, it's like that, huh? Even if we sit here and talk about absolutely nothing like we've done this entire podcast, we have to sit here for another 8 minutes.
Well, I mean, I'm not in my environment. Like, can't be loud. Gotta be careful what I say.
You don't have to.
Like, I don't want to sit here and, like, have a potty mouth in a lobby of a hotel.
You need to have a potty mouth to be entertaining?
I think so. No, I don't.
I don't think you need to have a potty mouth. You need to stay...
You know, when you're in your, like, if you're in your room.
You need to say something that is... What's the right word?
Was that a reset?
I guess so. No, what's that word?
I don't know. What's the word?
Like contradictive? No.
Counterproductive?
No. You need to say something.
Condescending?
No.
I'm running out of words to say.
Like almost something that creates an argument between somebody else, but it's not necessarily
a debate?
horrible thing. No, you need to say something.
We can have a debate.
Like bold. You need to say something bold, but there's a better word for it, and I don't know what it is. Like Andrew Tate, when he was coming up, he was saying all these statements that were so
controversial.
Controversial, that's the word. You need to say something controversial, but not necessarily wrong, to be entertaining. That's how you make it nowadays.
The division manager for Las Vegas.
Okay.
Is a Democrat.
Oh no. That can't be right.
It's horrible. You know what? I was actually going to go tell the owners of the company that I think that the person running the company is a great, phenomenal salesperson, but is not that great in leadership and management and needs help.
Is good at manipulating, but not good at running.
And if they say, well, I don't know, like, what do you mean? I'll be like, well, do you think Hillary Clinton would be a good president? And I both know they're going to look at me and say, fuck no. And I'm going to say, that's who you have running the division.
Company. Yeah.
Enough said.
Very good. Very controversial, Dad. You nailed it. Spot on.
But it's true.
I would agree. For the amount of time that I've been there, I could see.
And I'm not trying to be a dick, and I'm not trying to be mean. I'm not trying to be rude. I'm just being real. There's an issue and there's a problem, and there's multiple issues and multiple problems, but this is one of them that can't be. The only way it can be corrected is to be like not replaced, but. The person that's the head salesperson for this company can't be running it.
Would you say that there's...
I don't think in any company...
Would you say that this is an upper issue that creates a bunch of issues down the line?
100%.
Right.
I keep telling everybody, it's like a lot of the issues that happen in the company start at the top.
That's where they all start.
And I don't mean just with the division manager. I mean like with the owners of the company, because they're allowing the division manager to run it like this. And I think in any company you need to have, in every company that has a production unit and a sales force, you don't want to put a wall between that. But you can't have the person that's responsible for the sales be responsible for the production because there's no checks and balances.
Right, because the person in charge of the funds is also in charge of the project. So they're trying to get it done cheaply, but the people in production are trying to get it done right?
Because the salesperson can go out and basically make every commitment in the world not knowing what's going on in production.
Right.
Like, oh, yeah, we'll have that done for you in 2 weeks. Dude, we're like 6 weeks out right now.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I told them we'll have it done in 2 weeks. Figure it out.
Well, that's not happening.
And then
it's got to happen.
Okay,
which
now
pushes the other projects behind.
Yeah, and then who has to be the one that takes the brunt of that? Is it production's fault that we missed the due date, or is it the salesperson's fault for not giving us proper lead time?
I would say it's the salesperson for promising impossible quotas.
What happens when the salesperson gives you 4 weeks and you miss the deadline?
How far am I on other production?
No, if your salesperson says, hey, how long to build this, and you say 4 weeks, and you're 5 weeks in, you're still not done.
Then that's my fault. If I say I can get this done in 4 weeks and it's not done in 4 weeks, that's my fault.
Okay, but then that salesperson goes out and sells something that you tell them it takes 3 weeks to get it done, but they gave you only 2 weeks. So
but
now
that's not my fault at all.
But that's what puts you behind on that 4-week job. You know?
Well, I would say if they came to me and asked how long does this take and I gave them a time and I don't meet that time, that's my fault. But if they came and they said, hey, you need to get this done in 3 weeks.
See, but every job needs to be like that. It's a pick and choose right now. It's like, hey, how long do you want to make this? 6 weeks. We can get it done. We can get this whole package done in 6 weeks. Okay, cool. And then all of a sudden,
it's like, hey, get this done in 2.
Well, no, salesperson goes out and sells another job and doesn't ask how long to get this done, and comes in and says, here, I need this in 2 weeks. No, this is going to take 4 weeks. No, I need it in 2 because that's what I told the client, and that's when they want it. And if we don't get it done in 2 weeks, they're going somewhere else.
And then all of a sudden, that job that's supposed to take 4 weeks takes longer because now you got a 2-week job in front of it.
And then you get yelled at for not getting that job done in 4 weeks.
Yeah, so sounds like there's an issue there.
Yeah, so your production and your sales team has to
be
on the same page, but it's got to be separate. You got to have someone that has the authority to say no to the salesperson that's trying to push the job through. Mm-hmm. Because
so there's no authority for the salesperson right now?
No, the salesperson has all the authority. The salesperson is allowed to do whatever they want.
Which is an issue.
Yeah.
Big issue.
Because when you're in sales, obviously you get paid a commission.
Commission.
So you want to sell as much as you can.
Mm-hmm.
But the guys in production, it's like, hey, we have realistic. Well, hire more guys. It don't work like that.
Right. Because some guys can't, A, get the job done. B, it costs more.
It's like there's that fine line where you run an 8-hour shift, and it's like, okay, at what point do you decide to go to 2 8-hour shifts and have a double shift? Like, we have enough work for now, but we don't have enough for a split shift. Mm-hmm. And then when you hire everybody for a split shift, then the sales drop off. And then you got to lay everybody off that you just hired.
And then all of a sudden,
it's a very, very hard.
If not, everyone's just kind of sitting around and you're paying for nothing.
Well, that's when you lay them all off. Mm-hmm. So it's a very, very, very challenging position to be in. Like, I don't fault. It's just, you can't have the person in charge of sales run production.
No.
You can't.
Got to be 2 separate people, and then almost like the production manager gets together with the production team and the sales manager gets together with the production manager, and they converse and they form a plan that works for the both of them.
And then you got to have that. At what point do you tell your client, no, we're not going to get it done for you, and not have the fear of losing them?
Yeah.
Like if Drissy were to call me right now and say, hey, we need this job by the end of next week, I have to say,
can't work in the Rose Bowl.
I can't get it done, and not have the fear that they're never going to come back to me, which doesn't happen. Because there's been jobs that come in where I've told clients, I'm like, hey, I can't meet that deadline. I'm sorry. And it's no big deal. They go find someone else to get the work done. Mm-hmm. It doesn't mean I lose them.
Right. Which is the way it should be. But if you've been with someone for a while now,
but there is clients,
you should be able to say no because you're on a deadline with another person.
There is clients, though, that will be like, well, if you can't get this done for me, I'm just going to have to go somewhere else, and I'll probably never come back.
I don't think I'd be that person. Like if I was paying someone else to do a job for me and I've used them multiple times, they've done great work. I don't think I could just get rid of them because they can't meet one deadline.
And I think that's where you finally have an epiphany, like an aha moment, to where like, wow, I can say no. Because it took me a long time in my own business to where I finally told TGI,
client
storyline, 60 grit, to anyone, Ron, IMS, like, I can't do it, sorry. And it's like, they're like, okay, no problem. I'll get it over here at this place.
Yeah.
No hard feelings.
And then I'll come back.
And I'll come back. You can't always get everything done.
No. But you can get a lot done. You can get a lot more done than you think.
And that's a good feeling to know that you could tell a client no and that they'll still come back.
Yeah. But you also got to be able to tell them yes.
That's when you know you have a good relationship with your client.
You got to be able to tell them yes for a while, though, before you can say no.
Well, yeah. If
you got to build that relationship.
You do have to build that relationship. But then it's like, you got to look at that client and see if they're going to be worth building the relationship for, so you don't ruin current relationships.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's a problem, too. It's like, well, this is a new client. We got to get this job done. Be like, well, what about this client over here that's been with us for the last 20 years? Screw them.
I wouldn't say screw them, but you also got to...
But if we take this job on, we're going to mess up their job.
Would it open up more doors with new client?
I don't know. I'm just, these are what ifs.
Yeah. I would say if there's opportunity with new client, then I would say that I built a relationship with someone else for 20 years. I can ditch one job to try and see what this new client offers and brings.
You know, it'd be the perfect world.
What?
Well,
where time stops and
no, that at least for this company right now that I'm helping out, that the sales team was in a different building as the production team. Like if they had a sales,
I can see why that would help.
Like if they had a sales design center on this side of Vegas and on this side of Vegas.
So we got north and south, and they're very far away from each other.
Very far away, so the salespeople can't come in and
it's a phone call.
Yeah,
you have to make a phone call or an email to communicate.
You can't come in and start telling the guys, stop working on that, work on this. And then the production manager comes down and is like, why are you guys working on this and not that? Well, because
we were told to.
The person above you came in and said to stop working on it.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's a problem that happens.
Yeah. You told me a story about that on the way to dinner.
Yeah. It just happened.
Yeah. I mean, it happened. I wouldn't say that exact situation happened with me, but something happened with me.
Yeah, I know.
I was an issue.
You weren't
but I wasn't the issue. I did something that created an issue that was blown out of proportion.
You didn't do anything that created an issue. You asked for a day off. You asked your manager for a day off. He said yes. Someone else decided...
blew it out of proportion.
Someone else decided to come up with their own idea of what that was and blew it out of proportion without getting the information. Mm-hmm. So if anyone wants to know, like in our family, what we're talking about, I went to a stock trading seminar. I was going with your mom.
Correct.
Your mom decided to go to Georgia because plane tickets were cheap.
Mm-hmm.
So now I had an extra ticket. So I asked you if you wanted to go.
Which I said yes because I thought it'd be smart.
It's Friday and Saturday. You're going to have to see if you can get Friday off work.
So then I went in the following day and I asked my manager, hey, can I have Friday off? He was like, yeah, the day's light. You're good. Go ahead, take the day off. He didn't know what I was doing, nothing like that. And missed Friday and then
did
had
the seminar,
weekend.
Did the seminar thing.
Came back Monday.
And someone decided to say that I decided to tell you didn't have to go to work.
Which wasn't the case. I asked for permission. I got permission. I took the day off.
I didn't get involved at all. I didn't tell anybody anything. But someone decided to say that it's like you get to do whatever you want because your dad's can pull strings or whatever. Your dad gets to come and go and do whatever he wants as he please, and you get like special privileges, which that's not the case at all. You went and asked for the day off.
It was.
You asked for the day. I'm not going to do that.
No, I know. I don't think truthfully, I don't think I would want that.
No, because like you go.
Then I'd probably feel like I have a way out, or I'd feel probably a little extra lazy.
Well, yeah. No,
Like, I don't want to go to work today. My dad will figure it out.
No, there's days where I'm like, I'm not going to the office till later. We have to drive 2 cars. How many times have we been to Vegas and had to take 2 cars?
Shit, I've driven to Vegas a lot of times without you because.
And I've showed up later in the day.
I need to be there at 6. You need to be there at 9. You're gone before I get back.
I don't need to be there at 9. I need to get there whenever I get there.
Right, but like there's
my
times
day.
where
My day is all over the place.
Yeah.
So
I have a schedule. I need to meet that schedule.
Yeah. And I don't like, oh, don't worry, Blake, you don't have to get there. You can get there when I get there. No, you need to be there whenever your time is supposed to be there.
To be able to go out in the trucks.
Yeah. And that's that. So anybody that wants to think anything other than that, kiss my ass.
Love it. I'm ready for bed. We got to wake up early. We're at an hour 6.
Yeah, cool. I'm ready for bed, too.
I think we're good to call it here. We still got to pack up.
We really need to stop doing podcasts at nighttime because I think like we're just sitting here waiting for the clock to go by so we can say, let's go to bed.
No, I think this was a really good podcast. You stopped interrupting me.
The desert, well, because I'm tired. The desert one was a good one because it was the middle of the day. Burnt the shit out of my head. I should have wore a hat.
Dude, we went to the shop to make those monuments that we broke, and you looked like a raccoon because of your glasses. You still kind of got it a little bit.
All right, let's get out of here. What is this?
This is a fist bump for good night.
Now I got to wash my hands.
Fucker.
Peace out.
Night, everybody.